Talk is here, and today we're going to be making our own penny board, or I'm going to try to at least. They're very expensive, and I've done this before, but I'm just going to do it again for fun because I have extra deck laying around. Costs $0 as long as you have an old skateboard deck. My brother has an actual penny board. He got it for super cheap actually, but yeah, it's a real one. And I'm just going to be using this as a template for mine that I'm going to make out of the cruiser that started it all. This is my most watched video, so if you want to learn how to make a cruiser deck, just go check that out. But anyways, so as you can see, I've taken the trucks and wheels off my brother's penny board and put it on my old skate cruiser deck. So the back holes line up with the back mounting holes for the original skateboard. Like, I didn't drill these holes, they were here when I bought the skateboard. And then the top two of the front holes line up with the bottom two of the front hole of the skateboard. So I just put 2 screws here and 2 screws here to secure it down, so then I can trace around to make my template. Now, I realize a lot of you guys probably don't have penny board of your brother's that you can just borrow, or a friend. If you do, it's obviously a lot easier. So what you guys will have to do is make a template. Yeah, and I know I'll probably have to make a separate video for that. But if you just dig online, I'm pretty sure there's a few pre-made templates where you can just print it off, cut it out, and just tape it on your board and then do the outline. Or you can just make your own, you know. Just get like a few pieces of paper and just draw one side of the board and draw a middle line down this board, and then put that one side of the board you drew for the template, draw that, then flip it over on the other side. Sorry if that makes sense. I'll make a video of showing you how to make templates for not just cruisers but longboards in general. But anyway, so here I go. I'll go trace this. Trace the board outline, whatever. I recommend you use pencil. I use Sharpie because this has been gripped with some homemade grip tape. It's just like epoxy and this stuff for your deck. I forgot what it's called, but it's like kind of like sand. It's not too great. It was my first time. I didn't have a salt shaker, so it's not too even. But anyway, besides the point. Yeah, I recommend you use pencil so you can erase. As you can see here, I didn't quite know how long I wanted the tail. So actually both holes fit on the board, but I'll probably drill 2 more holes right here like a real penny board is. So if I want to do like nose manuals, or if I just want to do more stability, I'll just put the trucks here. But I'll leave as both options. So yeah. Anyways, I guess I'm just trying to cut it out. You could use a bandsaw like over there. I'm going to be using a saber saw, which is kind of like a jigsaw. So any of those works. One more thing, always wear protection, gloves optional, but always at least wear goggles, and if you're sensitive to sound, wear some ear muff things. One more thing, if you're not using a bandsaw, obviously clamp down the board. I mean, don't just hold it with your arm because it might slip away, or who knows, you might cut your finger off or something. But anyways, let's do this. Here we go, the finished product from the sawing. It's obviously not perfect. There's a few things I definitely need to touch up with the sander, which is what we'll do next. Here's all the crap that came off it. Side rails. I recommend you immediately vacuum all this stuff because you'll be walking around and it'll get all over in the air and you'll be breathing in. Especially if you have one of those like new technological deck type things, like almost double impact, whereas fiberglass, because you don't want to be breathing that in. It's not very good for you at all. Anyway, so let's go to the sander now. A couple different methods, I guess. Well, I use this sucker. It's my grandpa's. Just a belt sander. Plug it in, spins on this belt thing. You can sand by hand, it'll just take a lot longer, but yeah, or some people do use a file to kind of get that, I don't know, you know, I don't even know, like whatever, the smooth edge, or you can use a router. That's the preferable choice, is a router if you have that. But anyways, good old sandpaper and some good old arm strength will do the job for you. So after you're done sanding, just take like a piece of sandpaper and just smooth it out with your hand. And then you're really done. You can put trucks on and go ride it. But what I'm going to do, and probably most of you'll do, because your bottom of your skateboard probably looks like crap, paint over it. So what you're going to want to do is sand that down pretty hard. As you can see, it's like the color of the bottom layer. There's still parts of paint, but just sand that out good. Then go over it with hand again, which I've already done. And then you probably want to take a wet rag and rinse, just wipe over it to get all the residue out. So after that's done, I mean, you just can paint it. You don't really need to explain that, but a lot of people use spray paint, but I've hand painted acrylic on before, multiple different ways. You might want to use a base coat, which is just paint some white on first and then spray your whatever color you want, or you can always do a decal or whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna go start doing that. Okay, so I've taped the edges with painter's tape. I recommend you do that if you don't want paint to get on the edge of the board. I just want to leave it natural. So I'm just gonna spray at the top here and hope it all works out. So yeah. Okay, so after you paint it, you're going to seal it with a lacquer or sealant finisher. I'm using just a Valspar Perfect Finish, seals and protects, obviously. Just spray that on your board. You can do, some people do it once, some people do it twice, some people do it 3 times. It doesn't really matter, just whatever you want. It's kind of how the paint job turned out. You might think it might look kind of crap on the camera, and it might look kind of crap in real life, but I just like how it turned out because of the just white blotches from the past paint job. But anyways, spray that on and let it dry. Then you're practically ready to ride, so yeah.